Hello guys. Welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Cool Auto Fix. You may have heard of MAP sensor symptoms. If you have not, in today's video, I will be teaching you 15 symptoms of a bad manifold absolute pressure sensor, also known as MAP sensor. This will be a long ride into the rabbit hole, so be sure to grab a cup of coffee, sit back and enjoy the ride. Because this content will be like an adventure into the wonderful world of automotive technology.
What does MAP sensor do? What are the SMANT cost and diagnostics? The MAP sensor measures the air pressure in the intake manifold. But, how do you tell the MAP sensor is bad? The manifold absolute pressure sensor, also known as the MAP sensor, is an important part of the car's engine management system. The MAP sensor is found in vehicles with fuel injection, and the primary function of the MAP sensor is to provide the powertrain control module PCM/ECM with information about the pressure in the intake manifold. Like every sensor in your vehicle, the MAP sensor will wear and tear over time and become damaged, which can lead to incorrect data being transmitted to the engine control module. So what happens when a MAP sensor fails? Here's a quick overview of the signs to look out for. Any problem with the manifold absolute pressure sensor MAP will result in improper combustion, damaging the engine and disrupting the performance. Here is a more detailed list of the most common symptoms of a bad MAP sensor. 1. Check engine light. The engine control unit constantly monitors all the sensors in your car engine while you drive the car. If one of these sensors values is out of the specified range, the check engine light will show up. Therefore, if your MAP sensor sends wrong information to the engine control unit, the check engine light will appear on your dashboard. 2. Lean air-fuel mixture. The MAP sensor's primary purpose is to measure the air pressure in the intake manifold to calculate the right air-fuel mixture for your engine. If the sensor is bad, it may cause your engine to get a too lean air-fuel mixture. Lean fuel mixture can cause many strange symptoms in your engine, which you will find further down in this content. 3. Rich air-fuel mixture. The same thing applies the other way around also. If the MAP sensor is bad, it can also send a faulty signal, which will cause the engine control unit to inject too much fuel into the car engine. A rich air-fuel mixture will not only cause your fuel consumption to go up, but it will also cause performance problems. 4. Stalling or rough idle. If your air-fuel mixture is too rich or too lean caused by a faulty MAP sensor, you may notice problems at the engine's idle. When the engine is running at idle, it is very sensitive, and therefore you may first notice a faulty air-fuel mixture at idle. Many other faulty parts can also cause this, so it should be diagnosed properly before you replace the MAP sensor. 5. Misfires. Misfires occur when the combustion inside the engine cylinder fails. This can happen due to a wrong air-fuel mixture or a bad spark or ignition coil. A MAP sensor may actually cause the air-fuel mixture to become so bad that you may notice misfires. You can often recognize misfires by listening to your engine. If you can hear small bumps or sounds like a little tom drum, if you listen to the exhaust sound, if it's not smooth but drums, then it's misfiring. 6. Increased emission level. If the manifold absolute pressure sensor MAP is damaged, it can send an incorrect signal to the powertrain control module PCM indicating a high or low engine load. To have a good emission level in your car, the air-fuel mixture needs to be perfect. Even a slight error with the MAP sensor may cause the fuel mixture to disturb the emission levels. 7. Bad engine performance. As we talked about earlier, a faulty fuel mixture will cause the engine performance to drop. A lean mixture usually causes decreased engine performance, but it can absolutely be caused by a too rich mixture also. Bad engine performance can also be caused by misfires caused by a bad MAP sensor. 8. Backfires. Backfires happen when the fuel going through your engine is not combusted properly. When the fuel is not ignited in the combustion chamber, it may end in the exhaust pipe. As you may suspect, the exhaust pipe becomes really hot, and this can ignite the air-fuel mixture there. This will cause loud or pop and bangs coming from the exhaust system, and this can actually cause your mufflers, etc., to explode. It can also cause your car to catch on fire if you are unlucky. 9. Car starts then shut down. When a map sensor goes completely bad, it leaves the ECM blind and confused about the right pressure that is present within the intake manifold. At this point, the ECM will allow the system starting sequence proceed in hope of getting good input signals from the map sensor. But when this information is not well presented, the ECM shut down the engine to avoid engine fatal failure while throwing trouble codes to alert the mechanic or anyone with an intelligent scanner to find the error code of faulty map sensor present. 10. Hard starting condition. A faulty map sensor also causes problems when starting the car. The car's trip computer uses the map sensor to determine the air pressure before starting the engine. The engine is very sensitive for the right air-fuel mixture at the starting moment, and therefore, a faulty reading can cause a too small amount of fuel to be delivered to the engine, and as a result, the engine may not start at all. 11. Poor fuel economy. This is most probably the most understandable if you watch this content without skipping a section. A faulty air-fuel mixture.
12. Increased emission and failed emission test. When the manifold absolute sensor signals the high load of the engine to the PCM, it increases the release of fuel into the cylinders. Because of this, the economy of the fuel reduces. This air-fuel ratio compromise can lead to more expensive engine repair than just increase in emission levels. Thus, in turn, it causes the emissions of certain chemical components like carbon monoxide and hydrocarbon, which further increases smog in the surrounding atmosphere. To detect the bad map sensor symptoms, it is highly recommended to get the vehicle checked consistently through an emission test. If the test depicts a large amount of no hydrocarbon production alongside low CO2 and high levels of carbon monoxide through the tailpipe, then it indicates the issue with the map sensors in the system. 13. Poor acceleration or hesitation upon acceleration. One of the signs of a bad map sensor is acceleration issues. As you are driving your car and putting your foot on the gas pedal, you might observe your car hesitating or jerking when accelerating faster. In bad situations, if you keep giving it gas under these conditions, your car will die altogether. So in these cases, the best solution you should do for your car is to bring it to a repair shop as soon as possible. If you don't do that, your car will become worsened and cause you to get stranded somewhere unpleasant. 14. Strange smell. Gulping from tailpipe. A strange smell is one of the faulty map sensor symptoms you should know. A bad map sensor will cause the wrong amount of air and fuel to be mixed in the combustion chamber. Sometimes there will be a little amount of air and fuel mixed in there, while other times, there will be too much of them mixed in there. This improper amount of fuel mixture will create a very strange gas smell. You will notice this weird smell in the car after your engine has been operating for 2 to 3 minutes. 15. Poor engine performance. The map sensor is responsible for signaling the manifold pressure to the PCM. However, if the sensor calculates the depressed load in the engine, then it automatically affects all the further functioning of the engine. For more, if PCM records low engine load, then it would surely reduce the fuel injection into the cylinders of the engine. Of this, the engine won't remain powerful enough to give the desired output. No doubt, it will increase the fuel economy, but on the other hand, it will increase the temperature of the combustion chamber, thus leading to an increase in the nitrogen oxide, which is one of the vital constituents of smog.
Sensor location. The map sensor is located on the intake manifold on most car models. It can also be installed on the car's body on a vacuum hose going from the intake manifold. The position of the map sensor depends on your car's design, and it is recommended that you check the exact position of the map sensor in your car in the service manual. Map sensor replacement cost. The average map sensor replacement cost is between $60 and $170, depending on the car model and labor costs. Labor costs are about $30 to $70, while the sensor itself costs between $30 and $100. The map sensor replacement is often relatively easy and something you can do yourself at home on most car models. If you have a little bit of car knowledge, you can absolutely save some money by doing it yourself. Diagnosing a bad map sensor. Diagnosis of a faulty or failing map sensor can be made by first observing the present symptoms in your vehicle and then conducting a physical test as a diagnostic procedure. Check for broken map sensor or damaged wiring connectors. The easiest way to check the map sensor is to connect a diagnostic scanner to check the value of the map sensor. When the engine is switched off but ignition on, you should get a reading of close to 1 bar or 14.5 psi. Here is a brief step-by-step guide that you can follow to check, test, and diagnose if the map sensor in your vehicle has gone wrong. Locate the map sensor of your engine by checking yourself or referring to the service manual of your vehicle. Ensure that the vacuum hose attached to the map sensor is connected correctly and is in excellent condition. Check to see if the connections and the electrical wires are in good condition. Clean the sensor with an electronic cleaner and recheck the values with your diagnostic scanner. Test the map sensor after these instructions. Measure the wirings between the engine control unit and the map sensor. Replace the map sensor is faulty, otherwise repair wirings. Map sensor FAQ: Can I drive my car with a bad map sensor? A bad map sensor causes the air-fuel mixture to get too lean or too rich. This can cause your engine to have performance problems, so it is not recommended to drive with a bad map sensor. If your car is running fine, you can drive slowly to the closest repair workshop. How can you tell if a map sensor is bad? You will mostly notice a bad map sensor by seeing a check engine light on your dashboard. By using a diagnostic tool, you can check the values the map sensor sends to the ECU to determine if it is bad or not. How much does it cost to fix a map sensor? The map sensor itself is often relatively cheap, and you can usually replace it yourself at home. The cost of the sensor is $30 to $70 and the labor work $30 to $100. Can a map sensor be cleaned? Yes, there will often be soot and other crap on the map sensor's measure head over time. This can usually be cleaned with electrical cleaner. Be careful so that you do not damage the sensor. In some cases, you have to replace the sensor. I remain Dr. Cool Auto Fix. See you next on my next video. Bye for now.